everyone, Tracy here with Paper Closet Designs, and today I am doing a series of videos showing you how to assemble some of my boxes that I have actually used in my tier tray decoration. And we're working on the Valentine's one today. So what I want to show you is these little heart boxes, and they are actual boxes. So you can pull them apart, and I'll show that to you, and use them as a gift box, or you can glue them all up and then put them on your trays or your shelf display. So we have 4 of them. This is the You're Cute. I have Hug Me, Kiss Me, and then today I'm going to do the I Love You. So let me go ahead and show you what you'll need, what you'll get, and how to do these. So the only extra thing that you'll need is some glue, and I don't suggest a tape runner or glue sticks. You'll really want some glue for this. Okay, so your file is going to come with 6 pieces in it, 8 pieces in it. So this is your top piece, and it will have the words cut out. This one says I love you. And then there are 2 side pieces for the top, and this is the inside piece for your top, and it's cut out of the red or whatever color you want your words to show through. So for this one I did red. Then you'll have a second set that looks almost the same. This is the bottom piece, and it's the inside piece. And you'll know that it's the bottom inside piece because it has the little B cut out of the top. And this will be covered, so it's fine. Excuse me. Sorry about that. You'll also have 2 more side pieces, and then you'll have your bottom piece that goes on the outside, and there's no notches on it. If these get mixed up, let me show you how you can tell which is which. So on your side pieces, if you lay them up, the bottom pieces are identical and the top pieces are identical, but if you lay them up, the top pieces are just a smidge bigger. Can you see that? So these are your top, these are your bottom. And the same is true with your hearts. Your bottom pieces are going to be a little bit smaller than your top pieces, and the inside piece is actually a hair smaller than the outside piece. This is so that everything can line up. Now, before I get started, I want to tell you that heart boxes are probably one of the hardest things to construct. And you wouldn't think so because they're such a simple shape, but they really are. And I've done a lot of these. I've done a lot of my own heart boxes, and I've done a lot of other people's. And they're kind of hard to make look perfect. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to work on the bottom piece first. So I'm going to set this aside. You're going to take your 2 wall pieces, and the first one you're going to bend that tab down, and then you're going to fold all of those tabs down. And this has a lot of little tabs on there, but by having those tabs, it helps it keep its shape a little bit better. Okay, then on the second piece, and it doesn't matter which one is the second because they're identical, but you're going to want to turn that tab up. And then take all of your tab pieces again and fold them down. Okay. Now this kind of gets a little bit messy, so I always put a piece of plastic or some paper or something underneath me to protect my desk. This is just a cutting mat that I buy from the dollar store, and you get 2 of these for $1, so I use these all the time. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put glue on this first tab. And then we're going to match up the second tab right along the score line. We don't want it covering the score line, but we want it right bumped up to the score line. Okay. We're going to put some more glue on this tab. And then we're going to bring this around and overlap the tab so that all of the tabs, or both the tabs, are shown on the inside of the box. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that tab's there and that tab is there. If you don't do it, if you do it the other way, I'm going to bend that and just crease it a little bit. If you do it the other way, then one of your corners, the tab's going to be on the outside. So I'll show that again to you when we do the lid piece. Okay, now we're going to just kind of fold all those down there, and you've kind of got this funky oval looking card, right? Or box. So we're going to flip it over, and I'm going to take the bottom inside piece, so that piece that has the little B cut out, and we're going to just put, so I flipped it over, and we're going to put just a little bit of glue right in the crest of that heart. I'm going to bring it into the box and push that corner so it matches up with the crest. Or the cleavage. Some people call it the cleavage of the heart. I like the crest better. We're just going to rub it with our fingers and get it to stick pretty good. I'm going to flip it over, and you'll notice that you've probably got 2 or 3 tabs glued down, which is fine. I'm going to take all of these tabs out. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing to the bottom corner. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue for like the first 2 or 3 tabs. Fold them over, and then I'm going to flip it over and press it with my fingers. So you'll notice I've got a really good adhesion right at the crest and a really good adhesion at the corner. And I flip it over, and all of my other tabs are still up. So now we're going to work on one side and go up around the curve, doing just a few of those tabs at a time. So I'm going to put some glue along the edge there for about 4 or 5 tabs. Lay it down on the desk and just press with my fingers. This is why you're going to want a glue, first off, that dries clear, because it gets a little bit gummy. And you'll also want a mat, because you're going to get glue on your work surface. Don't worry about what this looks like, because it's going to be covered up. Okay, so go another 3 or 4 tabs, 5, whatever. Press them down, flip it over, and just keep pressing. And we're going to just work around that way, all the way to the crest of the heart. And I think I'm going to try and do all of those right there. And if you watch where I'm gluing right around the edge. I'm not getting the edge of the tabs, I'm getting the edge of the heart. Because then when I press it, it's going to push that glue out and glue those tabs down really well. And then you can come back, and if there's any of them that haven't glued down, you can get them again. Okay, now we're going to start on the other side. So glue about 4 or 5 tabs, press them down, flip it over, and make sure that you're getting that wall right up against the edge of the heart. Do it again, a bit around the curve there. Just for your information, I am using paper that is 65 weight, so cardstock of a 65 weight. If you go much thinner or much heavier, it will still work, but your box may not fit together quite as nicely, just because the weight of the paper changes it a little bit. So I like the 65 weight, and that's what I design most of my projects to use. Okay, so once that's done, and all of your tabs on the back are glued down, we're going to take the outside heart and we're going to just glue it down and cover up those tabs. So that's what that outside heart is for. And all of my heart boxes are made this way. So it doesn't matter if you're doing the big one with the bow, if you're doing the scalloped one. You put that inside piece first to get the shape, and then you're going to put this outside piece to cover it all up. Flip it over and smooth it out. Okay, there is the bottom of your box. We'll just set that aside. Oh, I've been picking up glue, so I Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with the top. And remember, the red piece is the inside of the box, and you're going to cut this out of whatever color you want your letters to show through, your words. Okay, so we're going to take our first tab. We're going to take that tab on the end and bend it down, and then bend all of the tabs down. This is such a fun box. Okay, take the second one, and this time turn the tab up and bend all of the tabs down. Okay, this is where I want you to make sure that you're doing it correctly. So we're going to put glue on this tab that is folded down. Line this wall right up next to the score line, not on top of it, right next to it. Press it, get a good adhesion, and then fold it. This is going to be the bottom part of your heart. Now we need to make this a circle, so we're going to fold this down and bring this one up over the top of it so that your tabs are in the inside of that circle piece or that heart piece, so that you don't have any tabs showing on the outside of your box. Put that right next to the score line, not on top, right next to it. Press it, and then fold it in. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and take our heart, and we're going to fold it, flip it over, and put glue right in the crest there. And make sure that the bend in the heart matches up, whoops, with the bend in, with the crest in the heart. And just press it. Okay, fold it over. You'll notice I only had one on that side, so I'm going to do two more before I go on to the bottom, just to make sure that that's holding really well. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing with the bottom. Just put some on the edge there. Fold those tabs down. Get that corner right, the corner of the heart right in the corner of the, or where the walls meet, and form that crisp corner. And just rub it really good. Turn it over and make sure that those are all sticking down, and they are. Whoops, maybe that one's not too good yet. Okay, and then we're just going to work our way around the box just like we did on the bottom. I'm just going to put some glue around 4 tabs or so. And I've watched some other videos where they do this one tab at a time and just fold it over from this side. And it's not near as messy, but I don't think they get the shape of the box as well. But you can try whatever works for you. Because really, it doesn't matter in the end as long as it's finished and it looks like a heart. I've also done some Easter egg boxes, and this is exactly how I do my Easter egg boxes as well. Is you do the tabs at the top and the bottom of the oval, the egg, and then you work around from the bottom to the top. Just gluing and flipping, gluing and flipping. And it's really what's going to help you keep the shape of the box. I keep saying that, but okay. Oops, I didn't get glue under that one right there. when you do that second side, that's the side that's most likely going to pull away. So you just want to go slow and make sure that you get all of those tabs down. If you are getting a lot of glue right here, you can take a little bit of a wet, very damp, or very non-wet, sorry, paper towel and kind of wipe that off. You don't want to get it soaked because obviously it's paper, but you can wipe that off a little bit or just rub it off. Oh, we got one tab that didn't want to stick very well. Okay, once that's done, then I'm going to go ahead and put glue on the back of this. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put glue around the edges. And then anything like the middle of that U, anything that might pop up, you're going to want to put just a dot of glue on there. Maybe the inside of the V and the inside of the L right there. Match it up. And just work your way around, smoothing it down. Put a dry piece on my mat, press it all in there. Okay, so there is my box, and I'm going to go ahead and put it together. Oops, I'll look for that. I did want to show you on the You Are Cute, and this is the only box that you have this with, is you'll still have that little piece of your R, the inside of your R that needs to be glued down. So when you cut this out, make sure you don't throw that away. You can also leave that off, and it just leaves it as a block R. So whichever one you want to do, I wanted mine to kind of look like the conversation hearts, so I glued it in there. That's the only block that has it. Okay, once we get this all glued down nice and firm and ready to go, we can put it together. And it's kind of a tight fit, and you can leave it just like that so that it's a box that can be pulled apart. Or if you're going to use it as a block for your display, I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit of glue in a couple of spots. I'm not going to really worry that it's all perfectly. Mostly we want to get the crest part of the heart and the bottom of the heart. And this just helps it keep its shape while it's sitting on your stand. And you don't need to take it apart. And then if you want to, you can ink this up on the edges. I did on my other ones. So I'm going to do it really quick on this one. I've already showed you a couple of times how to ink. This is just a Stampin' Up! Pad that I had from a while ago. And my makeup sponge. I like makeup sponges for stamping. And this one is kind of dry, so I'm going to have to really pick up some ink here. And then we're just going to go along the edges. We don't want it too heavy, but you want to give it a little bit of depth. This is kind of supposed to resemble like a wood block. And you can do both sides or just the front, whatever you want. You can go heavy, light. This is still kind of wet because of all the glue. Oh, and it's, maybe need to glue that down a little bit more. Yeah, I think I'm gonna glue that piece right there. On the top, actually, let me find my little glue to get in there. Maybe. Okay. And like I said, this is an optional step. You don't have to glue the box together if you don't want to. I like to do it for my trays and my displays because it helps to keep the shape. Anyway, that is all there is to those heart boxes. So we have I love you, you are cute, kiss me, and hug me. I hope you'll give these a try. Give me a thumbs up down below. Make sure that you hit subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos, and have a great day.